Humans have a lot of expectations. We have expectations even with our journaling practice that if we are writing consistently, something should happen, a realization, a shift, some kind of clarity that makes everything feel a little more resolved. And when that doesn't happen, it's subtle but noticeable. You finish a page, close your journal, and think, that's it? Nothing changed, nothing became clearer. You're still carrying the same thoughts you started with. Over time, that feeling builds, and writing starts to feel less meaningful because it's not giving you what you thought it would. This is where journaling gets tied to something else: progress. We don't always say it out loud, but it's there. The idea that if you're doing something regularly, you should be moving forward in some visible way, becoming more aware, more healed, more sorted out. So when your writing feels repetitive or uneventful or even a little flat, it can feel like you're doing it wrong. But most of the time, nothing is wrong. You're just expecting writing to do something it was never meant to do. Journaling isn't always about arriving somewhere. It's not a straight line from confusion to clarity. Some days it's just where your thoughts land, unresolved, unfinished, still in the middle of becoming something you don't fully understand yet. And that's uncomfortable in its own way because we're used to movement. We are used to feeling like things are shifting even slightly. So when that movement isn't visible, it feels like stagnation. But staying with something without forcing it to change, that's a different kind of work. It doesn't look like progress, it doesn't feel productive, but it creates space. Space for thoughts to exist without being rushed into meaning, space for emotions to sit without being immediately explained or solved. And sometimes that space is what's been missing all along. If you think about it, we don't give ourselves many places where nothing is required to improve. When you're not trying to fix, optimize, or figure something out, journaling can become that place. But only if you let go of the need for it to produce something. Because the moment you start measuring your entries by how much they change you, you lose something quieter: the ability to simply be with what's there, to be in the moment, to be here and now. And that matters more than it seems, because not everything needs to break through. Some things just need time. Time to repeat themselves, time to be seen from different angles, time to settle in their own way. If you rush that process, you might get temporary clarity, but you miss the deeper understanding that comes from staying with something longer than you want to. So if your recent pages have felt uneventful, if nothing you've written has felt particularly insightful or new, maybe that's not something to fix. Maybe it's something to allow. Instead of asking, why am I not getting anything out of this? You could ask something else, something quieter. What if this page doesn't need to change me at all? Just write. Let the thoughts come as they are, even if they sound familiar, even if they don't lead anywhere, even if they are repetitive. Close the journal when the page is full and leave it there, because sometimes the value of writing isn't in what it transforms, it's in what it lets exist without pressure. And in a world that constantly asks you to move forward, having one place where you don't have to might be more important than you realize.